Hello there, a warm welcome to Tech Trends with me, Olayemi Oshidende. Coming up on the program this week, we'll be taking a dive into the animation space, giving you a glimpse of how partnerships between Nigeria and France are creating magic on screen. Nigerian startup SnapPay Payments Technologies is changing how we make payments using facial recognition instead of OTPs. We'll give you more in just a moment. Remember, this is the program that takes you into the world of tech, innovation, and creativity, all through an African lens. I'm Olayemi Oshidende.
The number one benefit of information technology is that it empowers people to do what they want to do. It lets people be creative. It lets people be productive. It lets people learn things they didn't think they could learn before. And so, in a sense, it is all about potential.
Nigeria's animation industry is rising fast, and a partnership with France is giving it a global boost. At the center of this collaboration is the animated feature film, The Passport of Malam Ilia. We'll take you inside Magic Carpet Studios in Lagos to see how these collaborations are bringing African stories to life.
At the Magic Carpet Studios in Lagos, these Nigerian animators are bringing local stories to life. The country's animation industry has come a long way in just a few years. From short films and commercials to feature-length productions, it is no longer on the sidelines.
I would say that we are gradually becoming very recognizable on the global stage because we're also seeing a huge influx of producers, directors who want to get their shows produced, right, in the current Nigerian animation space, because we have lots of production houses, Magic Carpet being one of them. I think we've successfully been able to execute certain projects like Garbage Boy for Cartoon Network and a host of other productions. So I think these are international projects that are being done in Nigeria. And I think that if we continue at this pace, definitely would become even way much more recognizable internationally.
I think the industry is currently, at its very formative stages. I think there are so many studios doing well and also seeking funding for their projects as well. And I think we have quite a lot of talents around Nigeria and people that are willing to explore art in really unique ways. I just feel like, we just need to fund projects and fund animators before, they start considering Plan B, leaving the country, and we'll no longer have these people.
Though the growth is clear now, the journey has not been easy. Animation is a demanding industry. It takes long hours, advanced tools, and constant training to meet international standards. For many Nigerian studios, keeping up can be tough, but with the support of French partners, their work is now crossing borders and gaining recognition.
The industry requires lots of people who are able to give to the industry, right? And this does not just have to do with financial resources, but also in terms of facilities as well that are able to aid people who are not able to access all of these things. The industry is very demanding in terms of, the tools you use, the access you have to certain information. And I think, like I said, the French embassy has provided a lot of these things for the industry in such a way that we've seen some very good rapid growth, something that we're very excited about. And we're looking forward, hoping that also the Nigerian government is also inspired by all of these, great deeds by the French embassy in such a way that it becomes a national recognition, whereby we're able to also see the government, show certain, you know, not just interest, but also give resources in such a way that it's able to grow beyond what it is right now.
Since 2022, the French Embassy in Nigeria has been helping local professionals take part in some of the world's biggest animation events, like the Annecy International Animation Film Festival and MIP Junior in Cannes. These opportunities have opened doors for training, collaboration, and partnerships that continue to move the industry forward. As part of the co-production, these two animators spent 2 weeks at Charlie Dobbin, a post-production studio in Paris.
It was very refreshing in a way that, it was just unique. And I think they kind of opened our minds to post-production. And that's one area that currently we've been in productions, we've created short films, but we've not really seen, the capacity or scale of maybe what it takes to make, to edit or create like a feature-length film and, do post-production in terms of sound of that massive scale. So they kind of taught us how to go about it in terms of sound design and special effects, color grading for film. And I think these were really, really vital, most especially the special effects and sound design. I think it was really cool.
What stood out the most for me was, a very international, global experience in terms of the approach in which they go about their production. I've been working in Nigeria for a long time, and I think sometimes it can really get a little bit myopic in terms of how far or how big production is being handled. And I think for me specifically, it was an eye-opener to be able to see how people handle their production pipeline in Charlie Dublin. I think it's something that is very remarkable. They have a very disciplined and a very structured process in which they execute. I think that I learned a whole lot during that process.
The experience gave them a rare opportunity to see how international studios work and to bring that knowledge back home to strengthen projects here in Nigeria.
I think there are things that, we're already applying. Again, it was a very exciting experience because even when we went through it, right, there were certain things we were seeing and we were like, oh, wow, okay, we didn't know this was possible. And I think we had to swing right into action in terms of the application. And we're very excited in terms of the results already.
I think what he also opened our eyes to is partnership. Studios outside here that we can also partner with and work with. And because, as I said, scale is also a thing that we are trying to find here locally. So you might not get specific skills in terms of sound design that might handle your film in the way you want in post-production or VFX. So I think, it really, really played a huge role, learning all that and getting to know those processes, especially for sound and VFX, and knowing that all those tools they use, I don't want to start talking about softwares, in terms of color grading, plays a huge role in the final output of the film and giving it that global appeal that everyone sees and say, okay, this is top quality.
One of the standout projects born from this partnership is the Passport of Malam Ilia. The animated feature, now in production at Magic Carpet Studios, is in collaboration with the French company I Find Pictures.
Personally, has been, something that we've been working on for a while. It has taken us blood and sweat to get even to this point. But I think it's very exciting to see, what the future holds for us, as a studio in terms of the project, because a lot of people have indicated interest, have supported us as well in a lot of ways that we're very grateful about, and I think for a first time we can see a very good, bright future for the project, because we're gradually getting to the point whereby we can call it done, right? A successful one. And I think the industry is very in need of projects like this, right? Because it's going to set a very good standard, not just for us as Nigeria, but Africa as a whole. I think we dearly need more successful projects that will come from this continent. And I think Pastor Mamlea is going to do that for us.
So far, so good. It's been an interesting ride, adapting the work of late Cyprian Equincy, a Nigerian veteran literature writer, journalist. And we're also partnering with the family, the Equincy Foundation as well, to making this possible.
Caresser les mêmes corps. Cherchons-nous la même chose? Mr. Leo, a story interests me.
Another is Leon and the Professor.
For our weekly meeting, we'll find some comfort there. I assure you.
Another important link is with Gobelin, a famous animation school in Paris. A Nigerian student in his final year at Gobelin spent 6 weeks at Magic Carpet Studios, joining the production team of The Passport of Malam Ilia.
Currently, I'm working as a 2D animator on the project. Scenes have been storyboarded, so I just take the storyboarded scenes and bring them to life, like with the model sheets that have been given to me by the director, storyboards by the team that's been doing the storyboarding. So in general, I just do 2D animation and bring the characters to life. Because there's not a lot of 2D animation talent in the country, and since I am someone who has been given the opportunity to be able to study in a worldwide acclaimed school, and also being Nigerian, it's easy for the French embassy to bring me over to help push the projects forward in terms of good quality animation, and yeah.
Coming from Gobelin, one of the world's top animation schools, the 24-year-old Akioluwa Adeniyi shares what it meant to be part of an international production.
Based off my experience in Nigeria, I would say it was kind of new, overwhelming, because I had an idea of what I thought the industry was, and then I went there it was a lot of things I never knew existed. So it was a very, very big and eye opener, if that makes sense. It's broadened my horizons, expand my horizons to think of, oh, I could do this. There's opportunities in this and that I would never think existed before. It was also kind of intimidating because it was a lot of stuff, and I was I don't think I'm supposed to be in this place, you understand? But slowly and slowly, when I started getting used to the pipeline and how things worked, everything started to become more or less doable, and not out of my league, or feeling having imposter syndrome or something. Yeah.
5 years from now holds so much possibility for Nigerian animation. The animators share what they see ahead, the kind of industry they hope to build, the stories they want to tell, and the place they believe Nigeria can take on the global stage.
I know there are many studios doing great things, so I believe the time is ripe, and I think after those successes, investors will start seeing the lights and seeing the possibilities of investing in animation, and then you start seeing that animation will become that thing that would really push Nigeria. I strongly believe that, and bring us to that spotlight.
I understand, and I've been able to see how, through the use of different training programs, we've been able to scale, bring in more people into the industry, young people, artists, creatives in the industry successfully. And I believe we will continue like that. I believe we'll be able to have access to international opportunities to be able to scale the industry, because eventually if you build on capacity, you're able to train people, you need them to also have access to jobs.
The journey of Nigeria's animation is still unfolding, but what we can already see is how far it has come. With support from the French embassy and partnerships with international studios, young creators are getting the skills and exposure they need to share African stories with the world.